Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Faces of the Game.
No problem.
You've been around Colorado sports for 25 years now?
Well, I grew up here,
Yeah.
so I mean, you could argue that I've been around Colorado sports for nearly 56 years. But I was gone for a while. I went and worked elsewhere. But yeah, this is my home.
Yeah. You went to the BMW Championship,
Yeah.
obviously big, named Tournament of the Year by the PGA Tour. From your standpoint, how did it compare to the International when it was there?
Organizationally, I think what the Solich brothers did was picture perfect because they've seen other tournaments. They dot every I, cross every T. They don't miss a thing. So organizationally speaking, it was one of the best tournaments I've ever seen. There were no issues at all. Everybody had a good time. Transportation, food, just getting around the course. It was special. Now, how did it compare to the old International? The format was different.
Yeah.
The format at the International made it for a different type of viewing experience. This one, you took the top 50 players and you threw them on a course and said, let's see how low they can go.
Yeah.
So that changed everything. That sort of made it a different type of tournament.
Yeah, and you were one of the players that got to get out there and
Yep.
that Pro-Am day, made a bomb on 16.
Yeah.
Talk me through kind of that and the experience of playing with some of those guys.
Well, first of all, I was scared shitless. Let's get that out of the way.
Fair. It was.
All right.
I mean, that's a tough putt.
I've never been more scared in my life on that first tee. Because you do a lot of things. I'm in the television business and the radio business, and nerves come up, but not like that.
Yeah.
Gabriel Landeskog told me afterwards, I was talking to him, I go, dude, were you as nervous as I was? He goes, I played in the Stanley Cup Finals, and I've never been that nervous in sports in my life. That was Gabe saying that, and I had the same feeling.
Yeah.
Because you're nervous not because of you're in the arena. There are people lined up alongside. I'm like, dude, I might smother hook this sucker and kill some kid. So that was the nerve. And so as soon as I got up to the first tee and hit the ball and managed to hit it, and I don't know how, I was fine after that. But the first tee was, whew. As far as the putt on 16, if you gave me that putt 100 times, I wouldn't make it. Complete luck. I was just trying not to get it in the water.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it from my perspective, you're coming down this hill, and then there is the bank of the pond that sits right there. Too much speed, and you're in the water.
Yep.
So you either in the water or you don't get it to the hill, and you look like an idiot. So I was like, yeah, screw it.
Yep.
Let's see what I can do. And I just threw it out in a spot somewhere. I'm not reading it, going, I'm just like, yeah, that looks good, and win it.
And having the people there and the reaction, and
Yeah.
I mean, you played into it.
That was the coolest thing is that, they had all of the stands around.
Yeah.
I'll never hit a putt like that again and get that kind of reaction. No. Usually it's me and my buddies going, son of a bitch, I just lost 40. It's never one of those moments where people are actually cheering you on.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see. I think most people probably assumed I was going to leave it short or put it in the water.
But you're Vic Lombardi.
I don't know.
You're not leaving that one short.
In that moment, I felt like freaking, I felt like Ben Crenshaw, like actually reading a putt, but it was total luck.
Well, better be lucky than good
Yes.
sometimes, especially on the golf course.
Yes.
From Colorado golf perspective, on the pro event side, do you think the BMW showed the PGA Tour and everybody else that we deserve to have another event like that?
Yeah, and I think we will. I mean, rotationally,
Yeah.
I think Colorado will host because we've got the clubs to do so between Castle and Cherry, and there's some other clubs that have shown that they have the means to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get a permanent spot.
Yeah.
I hope we could, because I think we can handle that. We've proven in Denver time and time again that there are sports fans here, event fans.
Yeah.
Golf is as much an event as it is a sport, right? People like to go, they like to drink, they like to hang out, they like to socialize, they like to go in the suite.
Yep.
Well, Colorado is tailor-made for that.
Yep.
Golf is tailor-made for that. So why wouldn't the PGA Tour say, there's a bunch of money in Colorado, let's go chase it?
Yep.
I think it's perfect.
And you got the weather. I mean,
Yes.
sunshine, it is the place to be in the summer.
And it's different, and the players love it.
Yeah.
I know some of the folks up at Castle Pines, and they said their favorite response to the tournament came from the players themselves, who said that they were treated so nice.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad Colorado showed
Yeah.
out, and hopefully we'll be able to get something
Yeah.
back. From a media standpoint, you've been in media for a while. How have you seen golf change, and how do you see it changing in the next 5 to 10 years? Being from a consumption side, from the fans.
Golf has gotten younger.
Yeah.
Probably because I've gotten older. Works both ways. But it's gotten hipper, right? Like it's hip.
Yeah.
People are doing YouTube videos. You know, it helps when you have guys like DeChambeau getting the younger crowd into it. They're getting their golf from different means. I don't have to be a golf fan to just watch tournaments.
Yeah.
You know, I watch tournaments because I love to see the results, but you can digest golf on a TikTok, on a YouTube, on an Instagram. And the fact that it's getting younger is healthy for the sport. I don't need to tell you this. Try getting a tee time in Denver, Colorado in the middle of the summer if you're not a member of a club.
Brutal.
Good luck.
Yep.
Good luck getting a tee time. That's all you need to know about the popularity of this sport here in this town.
Yep. When are we going to see Vic Lombardi trying to hit a hole-in-one over his house?
Dude, I was watching Bryson do that, and I'm thinking to myself, like, God, what's the worst that can go wrong? Well, obviously, when I try to get the ball up in the air is when you mess up and then you just flub it into the side of the house. So the fact that he was doing it and not even caring, then again, he could pay for his window. It wouldn't be a problem. I would have so many freaking holes in the side of my stucco. It would look like a freaking massive woodpecker attacked my house. There's no way I would try it once, let alone 100 times.
Okay, so we're not going to get a Vic Lombardi special
I ain't doing
over that. Okay. If you have a house that we want to donate and try and do it, maybe we'll get that.
I think that's the worst part of my game. When I try to get lift on the ball, I change my swing, and instead of getting lift, I freaking just top it or do something stupid
it ends
with
up, knee high and goes
Exactly.
running forever. From a Denver sports perspective, who is the best golfer in the of all time in the Denver sports?
That's a great question. Here's what I know for now. Casey Middlestat's like a +1.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he plays, and all the Avs players say that dude's insane. So he's really good. Nathan McKinnon's gotten a lot better. I mean, he's like a 2, or he's up there. When he first started, I remember playing with Nate when he first got to town, and you could tell what kind of competitor he was because he was like struggle busting a little bit, and then he took lessons and really hunkered down, and now he's very good beyond my means. John Michael Lyles, all the hockey guys, Joe Sakic. Hockey guys just have the hand-eye coordination to be good golfers. That's just the way it is. For basketball players, it's probably the worst sport because these dudes are huge.
Yeah, I was going to ask who was the worst.
It's hard for basketball players. I played with some hoopers that I'm like, okay, dude, we're not going to go find this 18th ball you just hit off here. But it's hard for them. Quarterbacks in football. Steve Berline, when he was out here, very good player. Backup quarterback Preston Parsons. Brandon McManus, I used to play with him at his member guest. And dude, he hit a 4-iron. He outdrove anybody with a driver with his 4-iron. So there have been a lot of great athletes that have had great games, but consistency-wise, I've never heard of anybody at a +1 like Middlestat. That's crazy.
Okay, well, he's maybe we'll see him on the tour one of these days. If you had to pick a foursome, you're the you and 3 other Denver sports athletes to go compete in the scramble.
Compete or just have fun?
No, well, we'll do both. We'll do compete and then have fun. Who are the 3 you're taking to compete, and then who are the 3 you're taking just from a sheer joy standpoint?
Okay, for competition's sake, I'll take my buddy Kyle Keefe because he's the biggest liar of his handicap I've ever met. So you have to have a liar.
Yeah.
You have to have somebody who claims he's a 5 and he's actually a 1. I'll take John Michael Lyles because he's a damn good player. And he's technically in the media, right? That counts.
That counts.
And for a 4th choice, Mark Randall, former Nugget player.
Okay.
He's got a buttery short game.
Okay. You gotta have someone that can make it work around the greens.
Derek West, too. I forgot about Derek West. D. West, the former CU buff. Big dude with a great set of hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta have that. All right. From a just sheer fun standpoint, who are the 3?
For a fun standpoint, probably go with my boys here on the radio show, Mosier and Kane, and we'd have a good time laughing. Yeah. And then the 4th, I love playing with Jared Bednar. He's such a nice dude. He's such a good dude. Plus, he pays for all the drinks. You got to have somebody that pays for all the drinks. Let's be honest.
Yeah, huge.
Jared, I'm not trying to say that, but thanks for paying for all the drinks.
Yeah, thanks for those transfusions.
It helps.
At the halfway house.
Yeah.
If you were the czar of Colorado golf, what would you change about Colorado golf in 2025?
One thing that I would love to see is, has anyone thought about opening a night golf place?
Yes.
A 9-hole night golf? Because when I go to Arizona, when I go to LA, I see these places, and it's nice enough at night. Now, granted, financially speaking, it may not be possible because it would only work for 3 months out of the year, 4 months maybe. But it's warm enough here, June, July, August, September, to throw up a 9-hole course with lights, and I guarantee that place would be packed.
Packed out.
Packed.
Yep. Yep. No.
There's nothing worse than when sunlight runs out and you still got the Jones for golf, right?
Exactly.
So I would try to throw one of those in.
Okay.
The other thing is I'd love to see golf courses work with one another, partner up to where, I want to play other courses. I want to see other clubs. A lot of people only play the same course because that's all they can play.
Yep.
So maybe get people out on the road and get to other courses more. I don't know how you do that, but that'd be cool.
Yep. Do you have one course on your wish list in Colorado you haven't played?
I've played pretty much all of them.
Okay.
The one course I don't think I have played, I've heard a lot about, is like Roaring Fork.
Yep.
That's supposed to be a really
good one up.
Yeah,
up
high
kind of
scale
there.
course.
Yep.
But I've had the privilege and the pleasure to play. I played Broadmoor, I played Castle Pines, I've played most of the nice ones in the mountains, and it's been a wonderful run. Playing those nice courses, the thing for me is you're so overwhelmed by how nice it is that you start sucking because you're just looking at it going, God, this place is too nice.
Yeah, forget how to play.
So I play my best course at sucky courses.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got to have that muni time. So.
Well, we're privileged here in Denver. Our munis are beautiful.
100%. 100%.
I like, I'm a member of Rolling Hills, which I love. It's my favorite course because it's my course. But I'll go with my brother. We'll go play Willis Case back in the old hood.
Awesome.
First 4 holes of Willis Case, I guarantee you, I challenge anybody out there. If you can shoot par on the first 4 holes at Case, you're playing golf.
Yeah, 100%. And there's a ton of the next, 16 or 14 holes
Not
out there
an easy place.
are good holes.
It doesn't help that they don't have a range to get. You can't get ready. You just show up and hit it.
Touch your toes, off you go.
Exactly.
Yep. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem, man.
Thanks for everything you've done.
You guys do a great job, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.